Now today we're going to be learning how to make graphs on Excel, and this applies specifically to your Module 2 assignment and to your Module 2 tests. In the Module 2 assignment you'll be expected to make a graph that looks very much like this. In your Module 2 test you'll be expected to make a graph that looks like this. So you need to be able to know how to make graphs that look like those two things there. So that will be your assignment. And this is in the PQ and the NPQ. In the NPQ, it's sort of dumb because all I do is tell you what graph you have to draw, and then you should make it look like the picture, and then you just tell us if you've made it look like the picture. So you can lie if you like, and you'll get the marks, but when you come to do it in the PQ, you won't know how to do it. So don't waste your time lying because you'll just have to pay for it later. Okay, the table, making the graph. Yep, so that's pretty much it. Right, Excel, it is very easy to make really, really bad graphs in Excel. And people do all the time. And it's interesting because once you know what an Excel graph looks like, which basically, generally if people don't know what they're doing, they end up with a grey background and pink boxes. So anytime you see a graph with a grey background and pink boxes, you know that's someone who knows enough about Excel to be able to make a graph, but not a lot else. So it's a bit of a giveaway. So if you're ever going to use Excel graphs, make them look a bit different and then people will think that you know what you're doing. Okay, so yesterday we did the hedge trimming graph, and it can look like this. This is what we would like it to look like. Okay, not like those. Okay, anyone produces a graph that looks anything like any of these, you get really peed off. Okay, this one here, this is a bar chart. When we're looking at the relationship between two things, what we want is an XY scatter plot. Okay, so it should look like this. Okay, this one here is the wrong kind of graph. This is amazingly the wrong kind of graph. Three-dimensional graphs should be thrown into the sea because basically they give wrong information generally. This is getting there in that it is at least, no, it's not getting there, sorry, it's the wrong sort of graph. This is a line graph, and we don't want to do line graphs. You've got this thing here that says Series 1 and 2, and in fact all Series 1 is the number of hours, so the whole thing is totally meaningless. So those graphs there are all of exactly the same data as this. So if you put the data in and don't know what you're doing, you'll end up, I'm guessing, with this one here. So if you see this one here, you go, oh my goodness, that's what Nicola said, it's really useless. I will go back to my notes and follow the procedure there. And I know one way that people find is good if you're having trouble with all of this is go to a lab with your headsets and plug it in, turn on this lecture and go through step at a time. Pause when I do something because I'm going to do the whole thing on Excel today. Pause when I do something, pause the thing, and then you do it yourself on the computer and so on. It's a really good way to work out what you're doing.